overdrive with their firm belief that non-mother Meg was never pregnant, and the childless Sussexes continue to subject the world to an extraordinary hoax. Guided dance film is hard evidence that the manipulative Ms. Markle used prosthetic moon bumps to fabricate both of her phantom pregnancies. Certainly, that improbably huge, low-slung baby belly looked kind of odd, but...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's the fakest woman on the planet. That's why all these rumors come out and all these conspiracy theories start to come to light, and why people are really skeptical of her, because anything that comes out of her mouth, anything she does, doesn't have authenticity and really lacks legitimacy. So yeah, well,
she wore the crown, cradled the belly, and captivated the world with a story that seemed pulled from a storybook, until cracks began to appear in the glittering walls of the palace. The pregnancy, once bathed in golden light and admiration, was now whispered about in shadows, murmurs of illusions, props, and artifice. Gasps echoed across social media and dinner tables alike, as the public struggled to process the unthinkable. Could the royal miracle they had celebrated with joy have been nothing more than a meticulously crafted performance, orchestrated entirely by Meghan Markle herself?
Social media yesterday, which sent several people into absolute meltdown. It is the cringiest, most uncomfortable piece of tape.
This was the story Meghan wanted the world to believe. Hollywood glamour seamlessly merging with royal prestige. The American actress turned duchess, drenched in soft golden light, cradling a swelling belly as flashes erupted and headlines roared about the royal heir. But beneath the polished smiles and sparkling gowns, a quiet unease lingered. From the very first moment she appeared, hands grazing her bump, whispers of doubt rippled through the public. Her radiance felt too precise, too choreographed. The way she moved, the subtle shifts of that belly, it sent shivers through observers. Everyone could sense it. Something wasn't right.
Recently released twerking video, allegedly filmed 4 years ago when Meg was expecting Lilibet, has only served to intensify the fevered speculation that we're told is making the former actress's life a nightmare.
And no matter how many times she denied it, those rumors refused to die. In fact, they grew. They spread like wildfire, and now they've exploded into a full-blown scandal thanks to a chilling confession from someone who claimed they were inside the palace right there during Meghan's supposed pregnancies.
That the manipulative Ms. Markle used prosthetic moon bumps to fabricate both of her phantom pregnancies. Certainly, that improbably huge, low-slung baby belly looked kind of odd.
An anonymous insider has broken the silence, not some tabloid troll, not a blogger chasing clicks. This woman claims she was there. A seasoned medical professional, allegedly roaming the very halls of the palace, observing every procedure, every whispered instruction. And now, she is speaking out, calling what she witnessed a performance, a royal farce disguised as a miracle. The Duchess, supposedly 9 months pregnant, dancing through the hospital room with a prominent belly. But the nurse's words send a chill down the spine. According to her, that bump wasn't real. It was a prop, a perfectly molded silicone moon, strapped beneath couture gowns, meticulously arranged for the cameras. The moment I stepped inside that room, I knew something was wrong, she said. The air was thick, tense, almost electric. Everyone moved strangely. It wasn't a maternity ward, it was a set. There was no birth plan, no medical protocol. There was a script. A staged story of parenthood. Even more alarming, the usual royal medical staff were nowhere to be seen. Familiar faces vanished. In their place, strangers, cold, expressionless, wearing blank badges, murmured rehearsed lines. No monitors, no charts, no ultrasound machines, just coded glances, whispered cues, and the eerie sense that everyone was following directions. It didn't feel like a pregnancy. It felt like a production. And then, the most damning detail, there was no baby, not a single heartbeat, no ultrasounds. No medical examinations. Every appointment was delayed, relocated, or bypassed entirely. Yet the palace kept the illusion alive. The Duchess was expecting. The world was watching. But inside, it was all smoke, shadows, and performance. The nurse describes the room as sterile, cold, and perfectly lit, not for medicine, but for photographs. More a scene from a Netflix docuseries than a hospital ward. A film where no one ever called cut. Her confession sent shockwaves through royal watchers. Those who had long whispered about Meghan's oddly shifting bump, the fluctuating due dates, the strange wobbles during market strolls, suddenly felt vindicated. Defenders of the Duchess were quick to strike back, calling the nurse's story cruel, dangerous, another attack on a woman already vilified. But critics asked the inevitable: if it's so absurd, why does it feel so real? And as always, social media lit up. Christopher Bouzy's tweet reignited the debate, sending the rumor mill into overdrive. Because if there's even a shred of truth in the nurse's account, what have we been believing? If Meghan wasn't truly pregnant, then who carried those children? Who delivered them? What secrets lie behind those perfectly managed smiles? What should have been a sweet, tender glimpse of a mother-to-be swaying with Harry became something else entirely. The clip meant to capture joy turned into a viral storm. Observers didn't see love, they saw deception. The laughter was exaggerated. The bump shifted unnaturally, wobbling, almost threatening to topple. It looked like it might fall off, one viewer wrote. Others joked it resembled a sack of socks tucked under a dress. Within hours, the internet erupted. Trolls, skeptics, and critics tore the moment apart. One called it grotesque. Another said it insulted every woman who had carried a real baby. Meghan's maternity dance, once a symbol of charm, now looked staged, awkward, uncanny. Even longtime supporters began to question, what were they really watching? The Duchess, who was supposed to embody authenticity, now seemed false. The woman who claimed empowerment looked unhinged. Instead of connecting, she alienated. What should have been intimate and heartwarming felt hollow, performative. Critics argued it wasn't about motherhood at all, it was marketing. Every smile, every cradle of the belly, every staged moment was a product, not maternal memory, but brand. Every staged moment, every carefully framed clip, had been a PR opportunity. But this time, the strategy backfired spectacularly. For countless viewers, the video cemented a new image of Meghan, obsessed with her own image, a woman more devoted to optics than reality. She thrives on attention, one commentator said. To her, any spotlight is good, as long as her name is spelled correctly. The same woman who once flaunted that swelling bump now guards her children's faces like state secrets. Archie and Lilibet, two names the world knows, but no one has ever truly seen. Not a single clear photograph, no public appearances, no official records, hospital announcements, or royal portraits. Not even a candid moment captured by paparazzi. Tiny glimpses, a foot here, a hand there, shadows of children, but nothing concrete. It was as if the children existed only in rumor, ghosts trapped in their own story. We've seen more of Bigfoot, one critic quipped. The world laughed, yet a chilling question lingered. Why hide them so completely? The palace claimed privacy. But even other high-profile parents, Beyoncé, Kim Kardashian, Kate Middleton, share glimpses of their children while maintaining discretion. Meghan's extreme secrecy no longer reads as protection, it reads as design. And the question that no one wants to ask hangs heavy. How do you present children who may not exist as claimed? How do you validate a motherhood that might have been scripted? One commentator put it bluntly, secrecy is not a crime, lying about it is. If she deceived the public, every photograph, every staged smile becomes evidence. Meanwhile, Harry authored a children's book about fatherhood. Together, they built a brand, a multi-million-dollar image of a modern royal family. But what if the family was a careful illusion? Even the most loyal supporters couldn't ignore the strangeness, the eerie absence of photos, the uncanny perfection of curated family moments. Too clean, too edited, too unreal. And while the Sussex PR team scrambled behind the scenes, the public stopped buying it. Every denial sounded scripted, every new image felt filtered. Meghan's polished composure began to crack, and the woman who once had the world at her feet now faced a mob of doubters. At the same time, she launched yet another venture, her so-called lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard. Meant to radiate freshness and elegance, it instead became another symbol of everything she had been accused of: hollow, commercial, artificial. The centerpiece? Jam. Expensive, gold-lettered jars that looked more like royal relics than pantry staples, priced as high as $80 each. The internet erupted in ridicule. A marketing expert called it cosplay capitalism, more performance than business. To sustain this lifestyle, she'd need to sell 7,000 jars a day, another said. It sounded absurd, but it wasn't. And then came the story meant to charm. The same unseen children were supposedly helping sell the jam at a local farmer's market, learning the value of money and hard work. Sweet, right? Except no one saw it. No photographs, no eyewitnesses, no shoppers snapping selfies, no local press. Montecito markets overflow with influencers and cameras, and yet, not a single trace of these royal children exists. The tale, intended as heartwarming, sounded hollow. Classic Meghan, an insider said, a story too perfect to be true. Critics called it marketing theater. The children were props in yet another staged performance, designed to make her brand appear relatable. Social media erupted again. One tweet summed it up: everything she does is a performance. It's a pattern. Every time her image faltered, a new story emerged, polished, perfect, and painfully calculated. But this time, the public didn't want jam. They wanted truth. The cruel irony? Meghan, who claimed to sell jam for empowerment, had become the punchline of her own empire. Commentators mocked her as the apricot tycoon with no clue. Comparisons to Dolly Parton flew. Dolly sells wine because people love her, Meghan, critics said, was selling illusion in a jar. The laughter wasn't playful, it was pitying. Somewhere between the silicone bump and the unseen children, her carefully constructed empire of illusion began to crumble, and yet, she smiled, posted, pretended nothing was amiss. Behind that trademark calm, insiders whispered she was panicking, terrified the nurse's confession could unleash a storm she couldn't control.